So I have this like legacy Armada Megatron for a while now, and the figure is good actually. Like I really like it. You know, definitely captured the Armada Megatron. You don't remember Armada was a spin-off of Transformers, and if you know, you know. And it's actually one of the first. It was the first show that introduced me to Transformers franchise actually. I do remember watching G1 as a kid, but Armada was really the one that like got me into Transformers when I was a kid. So it's nice that Hasbro is making legacy line, especially the Armada line. So it's pretty nice, and I really like this legacy Megatron, and you know, it pulls really well, and of course it transforms the tank. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm mostly gonna talk about how like the main problem with this figure, and if you own this figure, you know what I'm talking about, is that like the arm part's really limited. Like the arm movement is really limited. You can see right here, like this whole piece doesn't move at all. And if you want to like move this arm forward, you gotta have to lift this panel up, and then you know, and even then, like it's really limiting. Like you can't. I really wish there's a way to rotate this, like with the shoulder. And if you ever own Transformers, you know that there's always that one third party that always like makes modifications, and this is the first modification that I ever bought, and it's these guys right here. So I bought this on eBay, and it's supposed to like help Megatron here move his like shoulder 360, especially with this piece right here. So I've never done this kind of modifications. I don't usually buy modifications for like Transformers, but since I really like this figure, I thought, you know what, might as well actually. Today was the day, I guess. But yeah, let's see. So try to remember the instructions, right? So when you do modifications, you do have to kind of do a little bit disassembling. There are some modifications where you just put the parts on, but there are some like, since we're gonna have to make his arm movable, this whole piece, we are gonna have to like disassemble them actually. So you just gonna have to unscrew some parts. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so. That had so many screws. You can see it right there, but like, see how many screws that thing has? Oh, it was kind of like disaster. Well, not disaster, but like, it was kind of like annoying. But yeah, so once you taking all off that, so let's see here. This goes here in the back, here. Okay. So I had to take the turret off because it was to be less annoying. But I took this off. The thing is wrapped around his belly, so you have to unscrew this, that. Let's see. You can see it. That and this. And this part was hard to unscrew because you can see this doesn't turn all the way 360, so this actually gets like pretty annoying. So be mindful of that. Once I took it off, and oh yeah, and this goes in the back. Once you took the screws from here, and the screws from his like chest, when you open this in here, everything kind of falls apart. You just take this off. And well, when you take this off, you also have to take more screws from here and here, and then everything kind of just falls apart like that. And we'll just put this in the side. It's all a matter of taking this apart. I already take out the our arm, so all you gotta do is now is just let all those bad boys out. Give me a good twist, and just follows up. All right. This is unsettling, isn't it? But yeah, so the only thing we gotta do now is attach the modifications. All right. Ooh. we put the lower body back now. Make sure this is open. Put everything in. Tap it into place. Everything else secure. Let me close that. And now it's a matter of like screwing things back together. I did some of the screwing off camera because I didn't want to deal with that. Yeah, so after you put everything, the shoulders, the new shoulders, you screw that all in, and then like you put the middle piece back with the. I do want to say off camera I did unscrew this, just the turret part. For people who own this know that this can only go this far, right? You can't make it full 360. Well, off camera I took the liberty to take this off, and the reason why it doesn't move all the way 360 because there's a knob that prevents it. So what I did is this: I just took this panel off, cut the knob off with a cutter, and now with this version, now I can do a full 360 in the turret. I did this mainly just for whether like if I want to put back the old shoulders, let's say if this shoulder broke, and at least I have the option to use the original version. I mean the original shoulder. So at least I made it easy for me, and also it benefits me because now I can do 360 like how a tank should be. So yeah, I did a little bit of off screen, and it's easy. You just take spin off, take the knob off, and then that prevents it from spinning. Now it can spin 360. Now, of course, since everything's all done, you can see the arm and both arms does a full 360. Now he can actually pose very well, and yes, I'm having a fun time actually posing him off screen with this. Now I do want to say, I don't know if it's like from different like versions. I mean different like I don't know if it's like from different. I don't know if it's just only mine, but like when I put it in after I finish and actually play test this thing, the shoulder actually was a little loose. I don't know if this was my part or it was supposed to be like that. That's an FYI if y'all do plan on buying this modification shoulder. And it was really loose actually. It was really problematic. Almost wanted to put back the original shoulder, but what I did was to fix this the looseness is that I just went and used super glue. If you don't know, I'm sure a lot of people who does modifications or custom knows that you can also use like super glue to make make some joints like less loose. Is by you apply glue, and if you keep on moving it, it'll like until like the glue is dry, it'll create friction. And if you want to look it up. I'm sure some people go to deal, but yeah. Overall, this modification is pretty good, but are some minor issues like oh yeah, the tank of course. So of course the robot does benefit a lot, you know. Of course the shoulder is more able to like move, do poses, modifications. You can do more poses now, as you should. This is Megatron now. And let's see here now, with this being able to move freely now, I can also put this in our side. That's pretty cool. But now the main question is like, does it affect the tank mode? And let's see. Here's the tank mode, and I just want to say yes, it does affect the tank mode heavily. It does affect the tank mode. You can see right here, it may not look like it, but you can see the tab for this. You can't even like tab it anymore, so it will not lock into place with the new modifications. You can see threads right here, and this is supposed to be like this right here is supposed to stab right here, well, tab right here, but of course it's not, because I think it's a little too short actually. I don't know if it's I should have made it too short, but yeah, this will not lock in place. Luckily with the super glue modification, I was able to, it's not as like loose. I know, like when I was transforming this, like it was really loose actually, when it did affect like the tank mode before I did the super glue modification. But yeah, so that may be a deal breaker for some of y'all. I know some people, like whenever they when it comes to transforming to vehicle mode, they want their like vehicle mode to be secure and locked, but with these modifications it doesn't lock into place with the threads right here, so that's something to keep an eye. But for me, it's not too noticeable, especially if you like if you like transform it or like put it somewhere as a like a picture of it. It's not, it doesn't like too obvious until you look at it. So I don't leave my transformer in vehicle mode for that long anyways. I mostly display them in robot form, so for me it's not a deal breaker, but it does affect the tank a little bit, so that's an eye opener if you do want to try it, this modification right here. Alright, so what's the final verdict? Okay, so it does make the robot form good. It does like benefits for it. So in robot form, I'm gonna give it like an 8. You know, it does make it more possible, but at the same time, the looseness at first, if it wasn't for me doing the super glue modification to making them not, you know, less loose. I mean, it's still a little bit loose, but at the same time, it's not a problem anymore. Like you can still hold his hand. Like before I did the super glue thing, whenever I would pose him, his arm would just like drop like this. But now since I did the super glue life hack thing, his arm is can stay in place. So yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would probably get higher, but since it was really loose before I did the super glue hack, that's the score I'm gonna give it. The tank, it does affect it. I'm gonna give it like, for me, I'm gonna give it a generous 7, mostly because like, to me, it's not a deal. It doesn't like affect the tank that much. Like you can see when I transform it, like you don't notice it until I point it out. Like at least you can still transform it. If it couldn't transform, then I probably like wouldn't recommend this. I guess like for me, a transformer needs to transform. So, but luckily since it can still transform, and you can't really tell it until you point out, I'm gonna give it a generous 7. So would I recommend this? I would. Yes. Overall, my rating would be like a generous 8, and I'm mostly saying that because like I'm happy that this guy is finally possible. Well, more possible, I should say. But like, yeah, be aware that if you do purchase this modification, I guess depending on what you get, I guess keep in mind that you might get like a loose shoulder, so you might do more modifications. Like I don't know, there's some, I don't know, most people use like the super glue hack, and some people use like the floor cleaner to make the joints less loose or shoulder less loose. But yeah, just one of those things to keep an eye out if you do purchase this. But to me, I think it's pretty worth it, and I do like it. Again, it's a generous 8. So yeah, just happy that this guy is possible again. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. And leave a like and follow if you like content like this. I'll try to make more content like this. And yeah, that's it. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.